Harambee! Neno hili si hivyo. Mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. Allow me to begin this video by asking you guys a very simple question. Do you think William Ruto can reclaim the mountain from the grip of Rigathi Gachagua? Because clearly William Ruto is a man on a mission. He was in Nyeri County for 3 good days. And the mission is one, to reclaim the mountain from Rigathi Gachagua. And William Ruto is being motivated by the results he got from the North. But I have bad news for William Ruto. Rigathi Gachagua is not the biggest threat in Mount Kenya. As a matter of fact, I strongly believe, and have stated on this platform on multiple occasions, that William Ruto can actually win the mountain back from Rigathi Gachagua. But there's a new threat. And that threat is not Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. The threat to William Ruto, the biggest threat to William Ruto in Mount Kenya, is none other than Ndindi Nyoro.
Kwa Kiharu Masomo Bora ya 2026 in our best secondary schools per term, it will be 500 shillings.
In this video, I want to reveal to you guys why Ndindi Nyoro is William Ruto's biggest headache in Mount Kenya. Because you all know that the mountain voted for William Ruto almost to a man in the last election. And one of the key players at that time was none other than Ndindi Nyoro. And currently, he is the biggest threat.
Otherwise, which member of parliament here can afford through his NGCDF to build classrooms, plaster them, put windows, put roof, put tiles in the classroom, cabros in the... Mr. Speaker, which member of parliament can afford to do that here? With a mere resources of 100 million shillings, Mr. Speaker, and advertise on Citizen Primetime News. Which member can do that? Can you raise up your hand if you can do that? None of the 349 members of this House, Mr. Speaker, can afford to do that. That can only be done by somebody who has access to bigger resources than any other member, Mr. Speaker. The Budget and Appropriation Committee did not start the other day.
In this video, I want to reveal to you guys why Ndindi Nyoro is the threat and not Uhuru Kenyatta and not Rigathi Gachagua. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to go straight to my first point why Ndindi Nyoro is the biggest threat to William Ruto and the mountain. Number one, Ndindi Nyoro worked very closely with William Samoei Arap Ruto. And they became not only political players, but very close friends. Up to today, I'm yet to understand why they fell out. But the fact that Ndindi Nyoro worked very closely with William Ruto, remember at that time, Uhuru Kenyatta was the president. The fact that Ndindi Nyoro worked with him, it means Ndindi Nyoro understands William Ruto's modes of operation. And that's why, if you listen to this clip which I'm playing for you guys, you'll realize that even the former Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua, was not comfortable with Ndindi Nyoro's closeness to William Samoei Arap Ruto. Listen in.
Masema mtu kama Ndindi. Unajua, if there is somebody to be blamed for the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, it is Ndindi Nyoro.
But he never participated.
I'll tell you how.
How?
The one man who unsettled Rigiji mpaka akachanganikiwa akaanza kufanya hizo blanda alikuwa anafanya ni huyu Ndindi huyu anaongea sahi. Unajua Ndindi akiwa budget chair, ukikumbuka hii kitu alianza kuzunguka Kenya
na wabunge
Rigiji safari 2 ama 3 alituita pale Karen, mimi na Kimani Chungu, tuambia enda ulize rais mbona ananichorea. Ambia la, rais amekuchorea? Naambia huyu Ndindi ashukange kwa ndege ya president. Na ile weekend ameshuka, amekimbia sijui wapi na wapi. So ni kitu ilisumbua Yeye ndiye alichokoza maji. Wakati maji imeharibika sasa, Rigiji akapanic. Unajua Rigiji makosa yake alikuwa inexperienced. So unajua ni MP alikuwa ameserve term moja tu. So si kupenda kwake, experience ya siasa ilimlemea. Angekuwa an experienced politician, angejua uwezi kuwa juu siku zote. There are days you are up, there are days uko chini na bado unapanda. So hiyo panic ndio ilifanya akaanza kufanya mablanda kidogo, akaanza kushuku boss wake, amuongeleshi vipoa, akaanza kushautia members. In fact kitu ilikosanisha Rigiji, ulikuwa unaniambia sasa ile nini ilifanya MPs kupiga kura hivyo. Alianza kushautia watu. Ukusikia MP walikuambia, kuna mtu tu aliambia mimi nimeenda tu hapa Kiharu, Ndindi alikuwa na function ya shule. Kurudi jamaa ananipigia na ananiambia ni mjinga sana, unaenda huko kufanya nini? As a leader, na some of them ni young leaders, ni marao ya kwanza, hata wajui kuna hizi mambo zinaendelea. So yeye ndiye alicreate, yeye ndiye alichanganya Rigiji, akafanya akapanic. Yeye there was no plan. Wakati mambo imeharibika pia yeye akatoka mbio. Sasa
so that's the first reason why Ndindi is Ruto's biggest threat. As much as Rigathi Gachagua was finally appointed as the deputy president, at that time, he was not very close to the president. That's important. Number two, and this is something which should worry President Ruto. What is the future of Mount Kenya, politically speaking? Are Mount Kenya comfortable just being there? Because in 2022, they didn't provide a presidential candidate in Kenya. In 2027, again, they might not. What about 2032? And who will be that candidate? That is the question which William Ruto should answer and should worry him. In short, the future of Mount Kenya politics lies with Ndindi Nyoro.
Jose Camargo bado naweza sema tunarudi Embaka? Si hapa ni nyumbani jamani. Bado naweza wapangia kazi. So bado tuko na choices ya rais, gavana na bado tuko na nyumbani. So tutawapima tu hapa mbele tuone jinsi ambavyo mambo itaenda. But vitu ziko wazi hapa mbele. Actually nilikuwa nataka niende rais, nikaongea na running mate wangu, baada na make decision. Mnamjua? Baada na make decision, mambo ikienda sawa, tunaingia. Mnamjua? Amjui?
Ndindi Nyoro.
Anaitwa nani?
Ndindi Nyoro.
Sasa oneni sasa mambo kwa sawa. Wacha tujipange. Juzi watu wa mlima hapa mliona mimi sikuguza mlima. Sawa?
And because of that, the mountain will easily protect Ndindi Nyoro. They will easily embrace Ndindi Nyoro. Why am I saying so? Rigathi Gachagua, they love him. But beyond Mount Kenya, there is no Rigathi Gachagua. In fact, today in the Republic of Kenya, and I know some of you guys will say bad things, but allow me to say it because for me, as long as it's the truth, I'll state it. Rigathi Gachagua is loved in Mount Kenya. But outside Mount Kenya, people don't give a hoot about Rigathi Gachagua. In fact, he's the guy who has currently made Kalonzo Musyoka and even Fred Matiang'i to lose momentum because of his brand of politics. And because he's impeached, the mountain knows that in 2027, he will not be eligible. And they are also not very sure about 2032. And because of that, the mountain are seeing a future in the name of Ndindi Nyoro. And because of that, and this is the truth, William Ruto must be very careful. Ndindi Nyoro is that guy. Because Ndindi Nyoro is playing totally different politics today.
Serikali walikuwa wamejipanga kuongeza school fees last year. tukawaambia haiwezekani, wakafikiria ni mchezo, na tukawaambia haiwezekani, na tukaongea kwa sauti ya juu, na wakatoa circular ya kujaribu kuhepa hiyo maneno. But even the money they sent in our learning institutions can only barely cover the debts of the year 2025. The 26 billion they sent, if you deduct the debts of over 22.5 billion Kenya shillings, the remainder of 3.5 billion is only 109 shillings per annum in the first term. Now, mimi, I'm not talking so that they respond. I am talking so that they send money. Na nataka niambie wizara ya elimu na wakuu wote wa serikali, kama hamutakuwa mumetuma capitation yote ya first term including ya grade 10 tukienda mid term ya this term, serikali mjue ya kwamba wazazi wa Kenya ndio wataenda kusomea hizo shule mpaka mtume hiyo pesa. And let no one in government any other time dream or even imagine of increasing fees, and especially for day school learners in Kenya.
So if you listen to Ndindi Nyoro's brand of politics currently, he's a man who is looking into the future. And the mountain would want to protect him, even if it means denying William Ruto the votes. Number 3 is Ndindi Nyoro's development record. You know, Ndindi Nyoro is a second-term member of parliament for Kiharu. He has changed the face of Kiharu constituency. In Kiharu constituency, in day school, per term, parents only pay 500 shillings school fee. The rest covered by Ndindi Nyoro. And that has caught the imagination of the entire republic. It has now made Ndindi Nyoro acceptable nationally. Most Kenyans are now hoping that they had Ndindi Nyoro as their member of parliament. And because of that, and this is what should worry Ruto, Ndindi Nyoro can easily join a camp and sit on a table, and that will change the equation drastically. In short, Ndindi Nyoro can easily be part and parcel of a winning formation. For example, if you were to take Babu Wino, you take Ndindi Nyoro and Edwin Sifuna together. I mean, that's something which should worry William Samoei Arap Ruto. And the fourth reason why he is the biggest threat is because in Mount Kenya today, we have the Uhuru factor and we have the Rigathi factor. Those two factions. Now, if you introduce Ndindi Nyoro in the picture, what happens? Because, you know, Rigathi cannot run. Uhuru is a former. Now you introduce Ndindi Nyoro in the middle. What happens? He can be that bridge. Those who support Uhuru can easily support Ndindi. Those who support Rigathi can easily support Ndindi. If I were Ruto, that would be one of the biggest headache for me. And lastly, the financial muscles. Ndindi Nyoro is not always young. That's the truth. But he has made money. Ndindi Nyoro is now in the league of the billionaires in Kenya. And because of the level of politics he's playing and the level of his business acumen, he's interacting. Because remember, he was the chair of the budget committee, which made him interact with businesses, with businessmen, which made him interact with businessmen locally and nationally. He was able to traverse the country. He has made money, which means he cannot depend on anybody to finance his activities. He can challenge Ruto, Because normally the problem with most MPs is that they are broke. So ukipiga kelele unafinywa kidogo. You cannot finya Ndindi Nyoro. And I think the Gen Z factor is also working in his favor. He's a guy who didn't disappoint the young people in Kenya. And because of that, I think they can easily support him. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.